What's up, Chris, TJ, Ray, 87, Metal Art, Gator Saw. Yeah, what's up, Tulu? Yeah, I'm just washing the car. Just washing some of the daggone dirt off of it. Maybe one day I'll finish it. Maybe. Maybe. What rear would that car have? It's got a nodular 9-inch in it with it's got a nodular 9 355 with a true track locker, 33 spline axles is what it has. I painted this thing like, I don't know, 5 years ago. It's not even been cut and polished. I'm gonna be honest with you, I got burnt out on it during COVID, and then my son died. I just actually got burnt out on it. No, it has that's a 142. That's a 142 with an underdrive pulley. It runs 11 pounds of boost, is what it runs. That's a 383 low compression dart block and heads. And it has Phytech fuel injection on it. Has a dual Pro Billet MS3 distributor and all those wires. I'm gonna spray some of that acid on that and get that on there. So I'm missing all the interior. I just throwed that shit in there just right now. It's full air ride. I would put a battery in it and crank it for you guys, but I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. Maybe another video. But I'm getting this bird shit off of it because it was bird nest right there and they were shitting on it. So I'm gonna clean it up real good, and then I'm gonna put a car cover over it. Like I said, one day I might finish it. Now you can't really tell in the video, but it's two different colors. This is a 5-stage, and this is a solid color. So this color and this color is not the same. You can't tell it though, not from a camera. You can't tell it. Yeah, fucking damn birds. Right there, sons of bitches. And I've diluted this mean green down. Mean green is probably about the best non-aggressive stuff you can use. And I'm gonna be honest with you fellas, I wasn't even gonna go live today. I actually wasn't even gonna do anything today, honestly. But my wife said, "Have you been on the internet today?" I said, "No, not really." "What's wrong with you, sick?" And I was like, "No." And so I even painted the tag. Yeah, all right, so I'll tell you this right here. When I bought this, so I shaved the dash. I mean, the dash is shaved. I mean, it's a 5-speed. Yeah, it runs. It runs and drives. I mean, you can get in it and pump the airbags up and set on a bucket and drive it. I mean, I've done a bunch of burnouts with it. But like I said, I done this car back in 2010. So, I mean, hell, this thing's been done for 15 years. It's been done for 15 years. I just think, well, this far. I mean, it's got a Fat Man front end. The frame's been powder coated. The frame's been hammered. Oh no, Hawkins got them. Tulu Hawkins got them. Hawkins got them. They fell and he eat every damn one of them. Matter of fact, like I said, this is 2010 Lamborghini Orange Mica Pearl. That's what this color is right here. 2010 Lamborghini 2010 Lamborghini Mica Pearl. Same thing in the block, the transmission, all that stuff's been painted. I just got burnt out, fellas. Just got burnt out. This is white ice with crushed glass in it. Then I did the top. There is no Bondo or body filler in this roof. I hammered and dollied every bit of this out. There was only one dent in this thing, and it was right there. It's about the size of a softball. And I got in here and I hammered and dollied it. I don't even know if you could see it. Hold on. No. What do you got going on with the top? These are freak docks. These are freak drops. This is wedding lace, and then a couple flames in there. So I done this one weekend. I just got burnt out on it. There's so much stuff going on. There was so much stuff going on in life. My son died, and then COVID hit after that, And the place that had my interior, they closed. It took me forever to get what I had. They throwed away a bunch of my stuff, and then I went to another interior shop, and it didn't work out with them. And then I went to another interior shop, and it didn't work out with them. So I just said, the hell with it, and just parked it. Just parked it. I got all new glass for it. But back to that blower. I bought this blower back in 2009, and I give like $1,100 for that blower, brand new from Summit. It's like $1,100 shipping for that blower back in 2009. That same blower right now is like $2,700. So I don't know. Like I said, this color right here is Shimmer and Shamrock. They don't even make this color no more. Not, I mean, you can get something close, but that's the Vibrance line. They don't even make that color no more. Well, you can't get that because it don't have the pearls, the mica. You can't get it. The raw materials. It came from an island in the Philippines, and then it got washed away during a tsunami. So you can't even get those color. You can't even get that color no more. The whole Vibrance deck, you can't even get it no more. You need to rinse that soap. Yeah, that's what I told her the other night when we was in the bathtub. I said, you need to rinse that soap. So, like I said, all the parts for that thing is supposed to be here tomorrow or Wednesday, hopefully. Yep, that's what she said. I got to rinse all this soap out of my mouth. I got too much buttermilk in the mouth. I need some soap. I said, girl, I'm going to wash your mouth out. I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap if you don't quit talking like that. You ain't going to disrespect me. I'm going to stand up in it like a bucket. Oh, yeah, old Nate Dogg having a seat, dragging his ice. Yep. So, like I said, I got the new radiator in. I ordered an EGR valve today. I think it might be bad. So I got it. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. The relay kit's supposed to be here tomorrow. Get all that done. Get that done. That'll be good. The oil cooler, I ordered it from Evil Energy. It's supposed to be here Thursday, hopefully. I'll go ahead and put that on there. That'll be done. If the EGR, and then I'm gonna put a new fuel filter on it. It's supposed to be here tomorrow from AutoZone, so I'll put that on there, and then we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get all these panels in epoxy. I ordered the paint today, and probably shouldn't have, but I did. I ordered just enough blue to paint the hood, the top and the bottom of the hood, and ordered just enough white to do the RPO stripes. So the hood will be blue with an RPO stripe here and here, and go ahead and clear it and see what it looks like. And if I don't like it, I'll sand it off and start all over. That's the wonderful thing about paint. If you don't like it, sand it down, start over. If you don't like it, sand it over, start over. I got new glass. Man, I got so much stuff for this thing. It's not even funny. Like I said, I done this car. Man, I done this car like 15 years ago. There's a lot of stuff that I done to it that I didn't know, because I was learning. And I look at it and say, man, I need to fix that, but I ain't fixing shit. I'm not doing nothing. It'll just be what it's gonna be. I had a guy that was supposed to be coming and buying a station wagon. He was supposed to be coming Saturday, and man, I was sure hoping he would show up. And then he texted me today and said that he's not coming now, after he done been talking to me for 2 weeks. Man, I need to sell that son of a gun. Anybody need a 1970 Pontiac station wagon? All original, matching numbers, runs and drives, everything works on except the AC. The air conditioner's not locked up, but it's not charged because it's 1970. The interior in it's perfect. The roof, the car needs to be painted. So I will paint it for an extra fee, but I'd really like to just send it on like it is and let somebody else enjoy it, because the interior in it's perfect. Nothing's cracked. I mean, everything's good to go. Like I said, I need that son of a gun gone. It needs a home. It needs to go somewhere. It don't have to go home, but it can't stay here. Was that? No, the hood ornament. No, the hood ornament, this, and all this was chrome. All that was chrome. But these teeth right here are $400 a piece chromed. To get them replaced, $400. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's $2,000 for the teeth. This is a section, and this is a section. It was $700 for them 2 pairs. The front bumper was like $400 or $500. So if I sent my grill and bumper out and had it exchanged for another bumper and grill, and then this top piece, I would have had about $5,000 in that front bumper. And I ain't got that kind of money. So what I did is I stripped all the chrome off of it, I epoxied it, I body worked it, and I painted it. Same thing with this hood ornament. This hood ornament was real bad pitted. They wanted like $800 to re-chrome it, and I painted it. Same thing with this right here. I think this was like $500, and then I painted it too. Call VV. Yeah, back bumper, same way. Same thing with the back bumper. Those bumperettes right there, they expensive. That was another like $2,000 for the back bumper. These pieces right here, they were chrome. I painted them. Yeah. Now I have all the stainless, all this stainless, this belt trim. I have all that, and I can polish this because this is stainless. This is not aluminum. So if I ever decide to finish it, I can polish all this out and make it look like it's, like it's good to go. But like I said, I'm not. Let me get this water off for whoever told me to get the soap off, so they don't get upset. I don't know who that is. Call VGG Derek. I don't know who that is. Tell him to call me. Tell him to call me. Tell him to call me. Right there, look. Right there. Yeah, I ain't calling nobody. If they want it, they can call me. You start calling people, man, you look desperate. I'll crank it up and put it in a shipping container. I'll crank it up, put stay built in the car. I put stay built in the gas tank. I throw about 5 pounds of daggone mothballs in that son of a gun and some damn rat poison. And you see that shipping container down there? See that shipping container down there? I'll pull that son of a gun in that shipping container and shut the door. Yeah, I know who he is. I know who that is. I didn't know who VGG was, but I know who Vice Grip Garage is. He's real good friends with my buddies down at Auto Metal Direct. Yeah, I know who Vice Grip Garage is. And you spelled his name wrong. I don't think you spell his name like that. I think it's D-E-R. I think it's D-E-R-R-I-C-K. That's why I didn't know who you were talking about. Like I said, this car is not perfect. Like I said, I've done this car. It lays frame. It's got a Fat Man front end underneath it, tilt column. It has a turbo 350 in it from Monster right now, but I have a 5-speed that I had built that I just hadn't put in it yet because I wanted a 5-speed. It has the pedals in it, has full air ride, has front, back, side to side, you know, shit like that, pancake. It's got full 3-inch exhaust in it. Like I said, it'll leave a black mark. It's got a Lenati. I changed the cam out. The dark cam that was in the block. I changed it out to a Lenati supercharged nitrous cam because I could put a blower on it, and it's like a 650 lift. It's monster, but it's a supercharged cam, nitrous cam. It's got a 3200 stall in it. It's got a turbo 350 in it from Monster. Has aluminum dry shaft. You know, well, I mean, hell, if he wants it, tag him in it. Tag him in this video and tell him to come get it. I'll make him a hell of a deal on it. I'll make him a hell of a deal on it. Make a hell of a deal for him. Send that son of a gun on down the road. Woo. Yeah. I don't know what's everybody else been doing today. I ain't done much of nothing. Hey, if anybody does, look, everybody needs to get you one of these right here. Everybody needs to get you one of these. This right here. No spill coolant refilling funnel. Everybody needs to get you one of these right here. All right. 15 grand. I'm asking 15. Or best offer. So the way this thing right here works is it comes with different ends, right? So this one's not the right one, but it has these ends. You put them in there like this, right? Let me go show you. Let me go get it. Everybody needs one. If you got a car, see, it comes with a bunch of accessories, right? So the way this works. So the way this works is you find whichever one of these fits that, right? So you find whichever one fits that, right? And it's got different ones. Probably help if I put it on the camera, wouldn't it? So you just find out which one of these fit, right? It's probably this one right here. Yep. So that's that, right? And then here is the radiator cap, right? So you take the radiator cap and you put over it like that, and then you put the radiator cap on, right? So you put the radiator cap on, and then you put this on here, but it also has these little elbows, right? Has these little elbows, right? Where you can put it back 90 degrees back to the world, right? So what you do is you fill your radiator up, and this thing right here sits in the radiator like so. Sits in there just like that. And then you fire the big boy up. Make sure it's level, of course. Fire this thing up, crank it, and then you put water in it or put your stuff in it, and you just say, okay, run it up to a ½ liter or whatever, right? And you just leave it in there, and then you leave the engine running with the heater wide open, right? And what's going to happen is this is going to bring it up higher than where it needs to be, and when the thermostat opens, it's going to start circulating water, and if there's any air that's trapped in the system, it's going to be at the highest point. And what will happen is you'll see the air bubbles go bloop, 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 and it'll just let it run, 20-30 minutes. That's what I usually do, about 20-30 minutes, and it just that turn bloop, 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 and it gets all the air out of it. And then remember where your water line was at. So if it was at a half a liter and it drops down, then you know the water has replaced the air, and then you're good to go. So, but you definitely don't want to do it with the truck sitting like that. I mean, it wants to be level. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. So, for example, oh yeah, it works. So this right here, so it would set there like that, and then it would run and bloop, bloop, it'd get the air out. And then somebody's gonna probably say, well, hey, just turn the air valve on there and just bleed it with the bleeder screw. Bleeder screw. Yep, that'll work too if it has one. This engine doesn't have one. Now I know like Hondas and imports, they'll have a little Schrader valve right there where you can crack it and it'll piss air to get water out. This one doesn't have it, right? So that's that. But anywho's, that's where we're at. There's 49 people in here. There's 49 people in here. I gotta go get a haircut again already. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that follow button, hit all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'd greatly appreciate it. I think that's about it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. That's about all I got going on today. I ain't got much of nothing going on. I just been taking it easy. This is July 4th week. I had a job scheduled for tomorrow, a little small job, and the guy backed out. That's crazy, man. So let me tell you this right here. Here's the wonderful thing about owning a business. Everybody's like, oh, man, you make killer money, blah, 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 blah. So let me tell you this. If you're a small business owner or an entrepreneur, I don't care if you sell fucking brownies. I know it's hard. All right? You're always working, you're always doing. You don't have an 8 to 5 or 9 to 5. You're always working 24/7, 7 days a week. You're always hustling, you're always grinding, right? You know, I don't care what you're doing. If you're in business for yourself, you're always hustling, always hustling. There's 160 work hours in a month, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, to keep you busy. So if you go somewhere and you clock in and you work for somebody else and you put in your hours, your 40 hours, and you go home, be thankful for your job. Be thankful for your job. And you're going to say, well, I don't make a lot of money. Well, that's your problem. That ain't mine. That's your problem. You got poor negotiating skills, or you just not that good at what you do. So you got to think of it like this. If you're working somewhere and let's just say you're only making $15 an hour and you think you're worth $20 an hour, but you're only producing $9 an hour worth of work, then why do you think, let me turn this fan off. Why do you think an employer is going to pay you $15 an hour when you're only producing $9 worth of work? I'm not going to pay you $15 an hour. I mean, that's all you're going to make, right? So you got to look at it like this. If you're working for somebody, right, and you choose to go, and I had 3 jobs and worked at my shop before my son died. So I don't want to hear nobody's lip. So here's the thing. If you go somewhere and you clock in every day, and you go to work from 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or whatever, and you get done, be thankful for your job because, see, you don't have to worry about everything else. You don't have to worry about nothing else. All you have to do is worry about what your job is, clock in, clock out, and go home, and that's it. So when you clock out, your day's over with. You don't think nothing else about your job until you clock back in the next day. See, it don't work like that for small business owners. That's right. Whatever you're doing, small business owners, like I said, I don't care if you're fucking making damn brownies. I don't care what you're doing. If you're a small business owner and you're working and you're hustling, you're working 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. You have to accumulate 160 work hours in a month to pay your bills, your overhead, and if you're lucky, make a profit. Make a profit. So if you had hands and fingers, what do you have to cry about? I'm not crying. You got it twisted, big dog. Daniel V8 Charlie 9 Foxtrot. I'm not crying. I'm not. I love my job. I love what I do. I've always worked on cars, and I've been an instructor for 20-some plus years at the college. I love my job. I'm not complaining. By no means. I'm just giving you the facts. I've had people look at me that go to work 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 10 to 7, whatever, and they say, man, must be nice, man. Must be nice. Must be nice to have your own business. No, no, it's not nice. It is nice, but it's a sacrifice. You have to hustle 24/7. You always hustling. You always hustling. You always hustling. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I apologize if it's warranted, to you, Daniel. So, last week, this guy reached out to me and he said, hey, man, he wanted me to do some stuff for him. And I said, okay, cool, whatever, what you got? And he told me, and I said, yeah, I could probably knock that out in a day or two. He said, cool, when you think you could do it? I said, you know what, I could do it Tuesday and Wednesday next week. And he's like, the week of the 4th? I said, yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That means tomorrow and Wednesday. So this was last week. And he said, okay, cool. I said, just bring it on by here. I'll get all the stuff. I said, I think I got the stuff in stock to do whatever. I'll get it fixed up, and you can probably pick it up Wednesday. Lord willing, you can pick it up Wednesday. And he's like, cool. So then he calls me today and said, hey, man, we still good. Well, let me take that back. I text him today, and I said, we still good about your vehicle? And he says, yes, can you give me a price? And I said, yes, not a problem. I said, I texted you Friday. Did you get my text? And he said, no, I didn't get it. Well, here's the wonderful thing about an iPhone. If I text you and you open it and it says delivered and you read it, guess what, boys and girls? If you hadn't figured it out yet, we know that you read it. Right? We know that you read it. So I said, I didn't say, man, I've already sent that to you. You didn't read it. I just didn't do it. I just resent it. And then about an hour goes by and he texts me and he's like, man, that's a little bit more than I wanted to spend. And I'm like, okay. I said, well, that's cool. I said, all right, cool. And he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, man, he said, we're at the beach anyway. We're not going to be back from the beach until next Monday. I said, what? We're at the beach. I said, you're at the beach? He said, yeah, we left at the beach. Went to the beach Saturday. I said, okay. Well, I said, well, you brought your vehicle over Thursday for me to look at and asked me when could I get it done because you wanted to get it fixed as soon as possible. He said, yeah. And I said, I told you I could do it Tuesday, which is tomorrow. So let me go in here. So I said, you said you'd bring it by Tuesday. He said, yeah, but we went to the beach Saturday. And I said, so let me get this right. You came by Thursday and you told me you wanted me to fix it the next week. But you knew you was going to the beach Saturday. I cleared my schedule for you to bring it Tuesday so I could do it. But you left Saturday and went to the beach, and you're not coming back till next Monday, like the 7th. Yeah, you think we could do it that week? I was like, no. He's like, what do you mean? I said, I'm going to be busy that week. Well, man, I really want you to fix my truck. And I said, well, if you was going to the beach Thursday, or if you was going to the beach Saturday, why didn't you bring me your truck Friday? I could have done it while you was at the beach, and it would have been done when you got back. Because you're going to be at the beach for a whole, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So he's going to the beach for 7, 8, 9, 10 days. So he's going to be at the beach for 10 days, and he's not going to be driving his truck for 10 days. His truck is like 20 miles from my house, from my shop. So his truck is 20 miles from here, but he's at Myrtle Beach. He could have dropped his truck off Friday. I could have worked on it and got it done, been done. And he's like, I guess I could have done that, couldn't I? Well, I just bring it to you when I get back. I said, no, you can take it somewhere else. What? I said, you can take it somewhere else. I'm not interested. I'm not going to be open because next Monday I'm getting back on the box truck because the seats for the box truck is supposed to be here tomorrow for the freight truck. So this week I was planning on working on my son's truck, doing a little bit of stuff on this C10. I was just going to take it easy, you know, just spend some time with the fam, you know, wasn't going to like try to bust my balls this week. You know, I was going to kind of do something that, you know, just, but yeah, so it is what it is. So, you know, it's the week of the 4th. You know, it's our 250th birthday this week. You know, it's you know, but people don't think of that, like Tulu said. Can you please say, if y'all ain't first, y'all, if you ain't first, you last. Oh, he thinks you work on it. Yeah, I don't work. Hell no. I've hurt a lot of Croucher Mike. I've hurt a lot of people's feelings. A lot of people's feelings, and there's probably some people watching here that don't like me, and that's okay. Guess what? Hey, let me give you my good side. You can screenshot it. Yeah. This is what I told somebody the other day. Tulu, he'll like this right here. Tulu will like this right here. Tulu, you listening? Tulu, give me a thumbs up so I know you're listening, so I don't want to have to say it but one time. Tulu, you listening? Tulu. All right. I told a guy the other day, he calls me. He's all upset about something, you know, this, whatever. And just, man, I need to get this done, man, blah, 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 this. And I said, well, man, I can't get it, man. I said, I might be able to get it one day next week. It was just something, you know, and he was like freaking out. And I'm like, hey, dude, it's look, man, he said, I'll pay you extra. And I was like, okay. He's like, I'll pay you extra. And I said, look, man, piss poor planning on your part don't make an emergency on my part. He said, what'd you say? I said, piss poor planning on your part doesn't make it an emergency on my part. And he says, well, that's a hell of a thing to say to me. And I'm like, piss poor planning on your part don't make an emergency on my part. What's up, 84? He's like, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard. And I said, not really. Piss poor planning on your part don't make an emergency on my part. He got mad as hell. And he says, well, so this was like a week or so ago. I can't keep up with time unless I write it down in a notebook. So it was a couple of weeks ago. And then he says, well, hey, man, talking about the middle of July or whatever, after the Peach Festival. That's what it was. He says, man, you going to be at the Peach Festival? I said, yeah. He says, do you think you're going to have something at the Peach Festival? And I said, Lord willing, I will. If not, but I'll be at the Peach Festival and maybe get some content, you know. And he said, okay. He said, well, maybe I can drop my vehicle off then. And I said, well, man, I'm pretty booked up anyway. And I said, I got stuff I'm already booked out. And I got stuff that I promised people that they haven't even brought it back to me. And I said, so there's other stuff that I worked on last year that they're supposed to bring me, and I just don't have room for it. So I haven't heard nothing from them. So either they took it somewhere else to have it finished, which they did. I totally respect that. I understand that. Or they're just waiting. And when I get something freed up and I get a hole out of here and I get something out of the way, then I'll call and say, hey, look, if you still want me to fix your vehicle, I got a spot open. You want to bring it, or did you already get it? If they say, yeah, I'm bringing your vehicle. And he said, okay, cool. Well, put me on the list. Oh, yeah, the 5 Ps. Oh, yeah, the 5 Ps. And he said, yeah. I said, hey, look, I just want to let you know on July 1st, my rates are going up. He said, what? I said, July 1st. I said, I'm giving you heads up. July 1st, I'm going to post, but I'm letting you know ahead of time. July 1st, my rates are going up. What are they going up to? I said, they're going to $100 an hour, July 1st, plus material. That's a little high, don't you think? No, not really. I said, I have not had a rate increase in 3 years. Well, 2 years. He said, what? I said, the last time I raised my prices was January of 2023. So January 2023, I raised my rates up. So I have tried to endure it for at least 2 years. And it's just, and my accountant has advised me that we need to raise the rates because of everything else that's going on. I mean, hell, my bad, I see y'all as men first, but y'all are NFG men. Daniel, I don't know what that means. NFG. What's up, Greasebot? Where the hell did you come from? You slipped in here like that. Greasebot, you slipped in here like a thief in the middle of the night. So I'm going to $100 an hour July 1st, plus material. Yeah, you slipped in here like a thief in the middle of the night. I didn't even see you. I don't say I missed you. Your damn name's long like the alphabet. And he's like, I'm not paying that. I said, that's okay. That's fine. You don't have to pay it. You don't have to pay it. You know. You don't have to pay it. Yeah, I did some checking around the other day on labor. Oh, yeah, I like that. Hey, Daniel, I got the 3F rule. You know what the 3F rule is? If you know what the 3F rule is, give me a thumbs up. Tulu in 84 probably knows what it is. So, and he's like, so actually, Metal Art Customs, 87 SS, John Buchanan at Buchanan's Auto Sale, and there's a couple of other people that told me I was way too cheap. And 87 SS did a premiere yesterday talking about him building Mistress. And yeah, so that's what Metal Art told me. Metal Art told me that he is half of what everybody else is, and that's why he's so covered up with work. So I got to looking at it the other day. Insurance companies, I looked at it the other day. State Farm is paying $69 an hour, $70 an hour for insurance work. And I'm like, holy crap, they're paying $70 an hour. And there's probably going to be somebody on there who's going to say, oh, that's bullshit, whatever. I'm telling you, go to Labor Rate Hero. They're paying $70 an hour for paint and body. $70 an hour for paint and body. For body work, it's $70 an hour. Paint is $70 an hour. Then you got your materials. I think the materials is like $64 an hour. And then mechanical is like $150. So I got to looking at it, I'm going, I got my ASCs. I got my master's ASCs. I got my ICAR certification. I got my American Welder certification. I got multiple degrees. I got a bachelor's. I got all this stuff in science and metal fabrication. I got damn degrees and shit hanging on the wall collecting dust. I got them in the house too. My rate right now is $85 an hour for paint and body and fab work, restoration work, and it's $125 an hour for metal, for TIG and MIG plus material. So right now, currently, I'm $85 an hour plus material. So July 1st, I'm going up to $100 an hour, and for paint and body restoration and stuff like that. And then I'm going to leave the welding at 125, and the only reason why I'm leaving the welding at 125 is because the big shop up the street, they're charging $150 minimum 1 hour. So I'm gonna keep mine at 100 minimum 1 hour $100. So if you bring your lawnmower deck in here and you have me fix it, it's $100, $125, right? That's why my car got pushed back. That's why my car got pushed back in paint for real. Yeah, so that's where we're at on that. And I know there's probably going to be a bunch of people on here that says, 87 SS, Metal Art, John Buchanan, even Build on a Budget, and some other people. There was a guy here yesterday that we were talking about some stuff, and I told him what my price was, and he looked at me and said, "That's too cheap." I was like, "What?" He's like, "That's too cheap." I'm like, "Well, I'm going up July 1st. He's like, "Yeah, that's still too cheap." When Daniel told me his price at Metal Art, I was shocked. I didn't realize you two had gone up that much, but then I also understand if you want higher quality, you must pay for it. That's right. Dang, text to speech. Do what you got to do, my guy. Oh, yeah. Look, if the good Lord wants me to stop working on cars and me sell fucking fish and worms, I'll sell fish and worms. Or I'll make brownies. I'll buy me a hot dog cart and I'll sell fucking hot dogs. Or we'll get a Blackstone and I'll make street tacos. Or I'll buy an ice cream truck and I'll sell ice cream. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Look, I can hustle. Look, I can hustle. I can make money. Richard Petty told me one time I could sell ice to an Eskimo. I don't care. I don't care. Or we can make buttermilk and we sell buttermilk. I mean, me and Impala J, we can go together and we start selling milk and curd and margarine and all that shit. We can do that, So I'm not worried about it. I'm not stressed out about it, because the good Lord provides for me. And I know I don't talk religion or politics, but I will say this: the good Lord provides to me what I need. Everything that I have is because of the good Lord. Now, if you don't want to believe in that, that's okay, and I respect that. You just respect me, and I respect you. I respect you, but I believe everything that I have and everything I don't have and everything that's been taken from me is because of the good Lord. 100%. I lost my son because the good Lord decided to take him home. I don't know why. Am I mad as hell? Hell yeah, I'm mad as hell. And I'll stay mad. And that's okay. I can be mad. But it is what it is. Jay needs to stay away from buttermilk. Hey, look, I made some buttermilk last night 2 times. 2 times. Be honest with you. Yeah. I'll show you my sign. Y'all hang tight. I'll show you my sign. Check this out. Yeah, I had it muted. I wasn't talking. I had it muted. Do you have a set time when you go live? Actually, Crouch Mike, I used to go live during the day, a couple times, but, no, I don't have a set time. I tried to go there for a while. I tried to go live, like at 6 o'clock every time. But 6 o'clock my time is 3 o'clock on the East Coast. It's 9 o'clock in the UK and stuff like that. So I just go live when I can go live. I don't have tap with this account before my. So, it is what it is. Writing me a song. What's up, Daniel? So I've been on here 52 minutes. My battery's down to 9%. I appreciate everybody tapping in. What's up, Mac? I appreciate everybody's in here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you hadn't subscribed to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. Don't cost a dime. I would like to have a discussion about finding. Well, I tell you what, man, email me. My email's in my description. So go to my main page, go to my description, come down and you see my email address, just email me. Just email me. And then we'll go from there. And if I can help you. Oh yeah, I love beets too. I got 2 jars of beets in the house. I'm glad you brought that up, and pal, I'm gonna go eat some beets and drink some beet juice. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. Hit that subscribe button, boys and girls. Remember what I said, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag, peace on chicken.